Just love that. It's summertime, everybody, and welcome. I just love a bit of change up of music. People say to me, "What's the music?" Well, and we mix it up all the time, clearly. And this is a brand new 4-part series from Livestream. From Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy, and powered by our good friends, the global leaders in streaming, OneStream Live. So, this 4-part series in May, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Oh, slight change in this month. I'll come back to that later. It's called Authentic Connections in the Creator Economy. What does the creator economy actually mean? Well, stick around and I'll break it down to you in the BJS way. Very, very simply. I'm Big Joe Shep, founder and head of live streaming at Livestream Solutions Livestream Academy, as most of you know, and I am a brand ambassador for the global leaders OneStream Live. I'm your host, your guide, your courier. Imagine me as a human Uber. Write me if you want to. I'm not sure that's the right expression to use, but there we go. Anyway, this is your guide every Tuesday, 30 minutes, looking into what's working now in live streaming, digital marketing, and brand building. Over the next 4 weeks, we'll dive into how creator collaborations are transforming trust, sales, and content from brands of all sizes and individuals. We'll cover some real stories and some examples tonight, some very, very interesting examples tonight. Give you some actionable advice and plenty of practical tips as ever that you can use straight away. Plus, answers as always to your questions. The chat is open there. If you've got any questions for me, let me know, because you need to stay tuned, because it's Tuesday. It is 8 p.m. UK and Ireland, 3 p.m. Eastern time, and we are live worldwide. Go to our YouTube channel, especially OneStream Live, and subscribe there. There's a 4-part playlist obviously coming for this month as well. This is your go-to 30 minutes. Don't forget, it's Tuesday, 8 p.m. It's the Big Joe Show, and as always, we all know there's no show like a Big Joe Show. Stay right with us. Yeah, and you're welcome. So here's what we're going to do over the next 4 weeks, okay? So every Tuesday, 8 p.m, Pots 1 tonight is why creators outperform traditional ads every single time. And people know my views. One of the reasons we go live to our website and we encourage clients to go live to the website is because you have then control over 100% of the people seeing 100% of the content 100% of the time. Unlike social media platforms, which are great, they act as funnels, not knocking them, excuse me, but they, Facebook shows 2.5 to 4%, of whoever's following you. Well, we want to be in control, peeps, don't we? We want to be in control of our brand, our story, and our message. So every single time. So that's what today's episode 1 is, why creators outperform traditional ads every single time. Next Tuesday, episode 2, how to pick the right creator partner and avoid mistakes, any red flags. So I've learned the hard way. You do have to pick the right people to joint venture partner with, which is one of the reasons why I go over it so much, to make sure it is done, correctly. In 2 weeks' time, we're not on Tuesday the 20th. We're on Monday the 19th, and we're turning creator collaborations into real revenue. Why Monday the 19th, you say, Big Joe Shep? Because on the Tuesday, I am going to that Londinium place in the UK, London, to Islington, to the business centre there, where they've got the International London Podcast live streaming event going on, and I'm going as OneStream Live's brand ambassador. More to follow on that, excuse me, and you'll be able to meet up with me over the 2 days there. So arrive the 20th, 21st, 22nd, I think is the event. And I'll be taking meetings and bookings and things to be able to meet up with people and take you through how OneStream Live can partner with you and can help you go to the next level. As an individual, don't forget, you can get started for free. And tonight, in fact, the whole of the series, I am offering a free 30-minute opportunity to be able to and get a look-see around the studio, have a chat with me personally. So if you want that, all you got to do is say in or collaborate or whatever you want in the comment that gives me an indication, and myself or one of the team at OneStream Live will get in touch with you, and we'll arrange your free 30-minute look-see to get you started for free. So that's what's happening on Monday the 19th, and the reason why it's a day earlier. And the final episode, we'll be making every partnership go further. How to get really, I suppose, 10 times the content from one campaign. So again, whether you're a marketer, a business owner, an agency lead, or just really curious about the whole creator path, the whole creator economy, then you're in the right place. So let's jump straight in. Only 30 minutes tonight, obviously. So what is the creator economy then? Well, in simple terms, because methodology, remember, keep it simple. I'm stupid. Creator economy is a marketplace where individuals, not big corporations, drive the influence. And I'm going to choose my words carefully because everybody knows my views on influencers. So it's the creator economy is a marketplace where influence and individuals, not big corporations, drive the influence with sales sales with original content. So think YouTubers, think TikTokers, think Instagrammers, podcasters, think live streamers first and foremost. We live stream, then we turn into a podcast, don't forget. And then we break it down into short bite-sized chunks. Our team does that with you, for you, and then you can put it out on TikTok and Instagram, etc., etc., etc. So all of those types of people, even employees with a brand, right? Even employees with a brand who have an online following are great because they're trusted, because their audience sees them as real, relatable people. And that could be you, by the way. That could be you. So if you've got a business and you've got somebody who's very gregarious, outgoing, isn't maybe necessarily polished, look at moi. If you want something that's not that polished, but that people can relate to, and it's real and it's authentic, and think about that person being the front face of your brand. Personalize your brand, because we know that personal brands are always better because you build up that know me, like me, trust me scenario all the time. And the reason I say it could be you, because think about it this way: if you recommend a product, a service, a restaurant, whatever the place may be, then you are creating an expectation for someone else. You're a creator. You're a creator in the creator economy because you're creating that expectation, not necessarily how we would traditionally look at it. But again, if you do that all the time, you go to places, you find things, you recommend them, why shouldn't you get something back for them? Remember we did affiliates last month? Exactly the same thing. So all of these things overlap and build time and time again, okay? So you're creating that expectation for somebody else, okay? So again, platforms, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, they've fair to say they've exploded in more recent time because people in this crazy bad world of overhypeness are craving some authenticity, authentic voices, not polished perfection. And creator-led content, by the way, I think it does 3 times more engagement than traditional ads. So you get more likes, more shares, more comments, more action, because it's authentic. Oh, and by the way, it's not just Gen Z who are doing this. Local businesses through to global brands are all jumping on board. So this is where we come into this know me, like me, trust me again. Remember? Know me, like me, trust me, buy from me, refer me, repeat. That sort of cycle. So the trust helps build the reach. And then we talk about this whole influencing and influencers, macro and micro influence, okay? And again, I am trying to choose my words carefully because people know that I have an inherent distaste of influencers. Okay, so let's talk really about what's making an impact right now. Big influencers, yes, with millions of followers get attention, but it's the micro influencers. So 1,000 or less than 1,000 to 100,000. I'd say 100,000 is more of a, isn't it, a micro influencer. There's a third category I'd like to use, by the way, called niche influencer or influencing. So 1,000 to 100,000 is accepted as more micro influencers, but it is the micro influencers who have the real power is the whole point. Why? Because their audiences are genuinely engaged. I've seen people who've got millions and millions of followers and there's absolutely no engagement on there whatsoever. I've seen people with 4,500 followers who've had a post that's done 1.3 million. And the engagement was absolutely crazy. Yeah, that was me, by the way. Not just like, hey, look at me. It was just, that was a one-off. I've done some similar things, not as big. But if you base it on that Facebook shows the 2.5 to 4%, how can somebody with 4,500 hit some of the figures I hit? Because I do a number of different things around that. So an example where people aren't just scrolling by the way, a local coffee shop partners, for example, with a micro food blogger for live questions and answers, and they see the weekend footfall, the traffic jump 40%, because it isn't about reach, it's about trust. And that's what I come back down to, as I said just before. If you've got a business and you've got somebody in your business that ordinarily you wouldn't have thought would be the front face of it, have that conversation with them. Come and have the conversation with myself at Livestream Solutions, with OneStream Live, and we will work with you to get you absolutely started, okay? The micro influencers influencing, you're getting real conversations, comments, questions, stories. You're getting all of that. It's all authentic. Now, I get asked, am I an influencer? No, but I influence some people in certain areas. As the great Daniel Priestley would say, and if you don't know who Daniel Priestley is, check him out online. He is well worth the following. And his book, A Key Person of Influence, is still as appropriate now as it ever was. So I would be classed by some as an influence, a key person of influence within a niche area. So live streaming, rugby, etc., etc., etc. Not massive, not big. I don't need to be. I don't want to be. That's not why I do this. But I would be classed as a key person of influence within a certain niche for a certain set of people. Okay. Remember, trust beats reach every single time. Focus on the creators who spark that genuine interaction. Go back to the business. If you've got somebody in your business, have the conversation with them. Get them out up front, because if people like them and they're promoting your business, they're going to like your business. Okay. Real life stories coming up in just a second of brands that have adapted and succeeded. I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas. Lot to cram in a 30-minute show. It passes very quickly. Stay tuned I'm going to give you 4 examples of brands that made it very, very well by doing this. You're welcome to episode 1 of our brand new 4-part series for May on the creator economy in the Big Joe Show, and I'm Big Joe. Stay right here. Oh, I just love that tune. I think the graphics team have done an absolutely brilliant job. Who says you can't have fun in life? That's what it is all about. So, success story. I know it's crazy, isn't it? Success stories. I think sometimes people follow me and watch the show just to see what I'm going to do next. But one thing I do is have a little bit of fun. So, success stories. Let's go specific. A couple of quick case studies on the creator economy. A company called Glossier, a beauty company, okay, built its brand really by empowering micro influencers, niche influencing, and ordinary makeup fans to post live tutorials and unboxing. So they share their honest opinions in real time. And what companies like Glossier do is, if there's something there that one of the ordinary general fans says, not particularly like, they then look at that, they will then make it better. Because it's honest, it's authentic, it's live, and they work with them. They're sharing honest opinions, excuse me, in real time. For Glossier's skin tint launch, I think it was called, dozens of creators went live showing their morning routines. Now, lads, don't forget, ladies and gents, in Ireland, everybody's lad, so forgive me if no offense to anybody. You don't want to see my morning routine. My morning routine includes me getting up, looking in the mirror, making sure there's a reflection there. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, there's no amount of makeup and everything can make this look better than it is. I am what I am. This is what it is. So there we go. But yeah, anyway, on the skin tint launch, we've got to say dozens of creators went live. They answered real questions, the morning routines. There was no scripts, and the result was about 600% spike in sales during the launch week. And over half of the new buyers discovered that Glossier through the trusted creator, not through an ad. Oh, by the way, you're not paying for those ads, are you? You're working with people. Sometimes you'll get free products and stuff like that. So that was Glossier. The Marriott, the Marriott Hotel Group, we all know them. Turned travel. During the pandemic, goes back a little bit now. During the pandemic, Marriott wanted to show off the renovated hotels, but travel was limited. So instead of TV spots, they partnered with travel creators for live stream virtual tours from properties. You know, showing the rooms, the amenities, talking with the staff live. Okay, still mask stuff, but it worked exceptionally well. And the properties, I think it featured about a 20% increase on the bookings for the next quarter, even before travel fully rebounded back, because viewers said that they felt that they were more comfortable booking after they'd seen the hotel with somebody they trusted. See that whole thing? Know me, like me, trust me. You're the front face of it. Duncan, remember them? Duncan, as in donuts, food and beverage company. They noticed there was a big TikTok star, Charlie D'Amelio, who was always drinking their coffee. So they co-created the Charlie, which was a signature drink. She went live behind the scenes. Duncan answered fans' questions and encouraged them to, their followers to try it. And the app downloads were, almost 60%, I think, that week. So the Charlie became one of Duncan's most ordered drinks that year. And then there's a company based in Solihull in the UK, just outside Birmingham, Gymshark fitness company. And they empowered micro-influencing personal trainers, enthusiasts, that type of thing, to host live home workouts during lockdown again, and then continue on. This is when it really started growing, and it's just everything's gone through the roof since that, hasn't it? So again, these were interactive sessions. Sorry, that's what it was for. Interactive sessions, questions and answers, honest journeys, no staging. If you were hanging out your backside, you were hanging out. Now, one of the outcomes, there was over 200,000, I think, tuned in across different sessions. 30-40% increase in sales for featured products. Community members thought that they were working out with friends, building that loyalty. Almost 4 years ago, in just after June, when I'd had my heart attack, triple heart bypass, got back from the UK to here. And then when I did with the Irish Heart Foundation, I did my virtual back to play protocols, and rugby would say return to play protocols. But I did that with online, and it was absolutely brilliant. People I'd never met because we couldn't, because it was during lockdown. And that's how I did my heart journey back, doing my fitness sessions with them. Good evening. Oh, this is probably late. Pakistan, 6 hours ahead. Hi from Pakistan. Epic Elevation. Now that's a handle. Now that's somebody to check out. How are you, Epic Elevation? Great to see you in from Pakistan. We hope you are well. Thanks for joining the show. Got any questions for me? Let me know. If they're very, very difficult, then I'll get into one of the team at One Stream Live. There's no pretense. There's no polish. It's just what it is. I can answer some questions. Really, really difficult. I'll give it to somebody else. So, yeah. So that's what Gymshark did. And very, very successful. Again, that's what I did, obviously, with the Irish Heart Foundation. So what? So the four brief examples, whether it's beauty, travel, coffee, fitness, whatever, the brands won over by letting real voices lead. When our audience see authentic stories live and unfiltered, they respond with trust and action. They feel reassured. I feel reassured. But how do you balance that? Okay, how do you balance the requirements of the brand and the creator economy, if you like, the voice, if you like. How do you keep the message clear, the brand message clear? Because there are some brands who spend an absolute fortune on that message. I despair sometimes. Genuinely, I see a lot of adverts on telly. I'm thinking, Jesus, I would know how much you've paid, and to be honest, you'd have more money than sense to be throwing that away. So how do you keep the brand message clear? Well, it is all about the balance for me. The best. Everybody knows I talk all the time about JV partnerships, joint venture partnerships, where you find the right people. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this month and say next week, the week after, and we're talking about finding the right creators, any red flags. Do it for the right reason. You don't want narcissism. You don't want toxicity. You don't want egotistical. You want people who are genuine and work together. Everybody I work with, and I don't say for, or they work for me, we all are joint venture partners. I'm a joint venture partner with OneStream Live. I'm a joint venture partner with a number of other different organizations and individuals as well. And that's the way it should be. Equal. You've got a shared vision for both yourself and themselves, whoever it is, and then you bring that together, and how do we maximize it? And that's what we should be doing with the brand. Okay, looking after people. So the best partnership, you brief your creators on your goals. I think that's the difference. And then you say, right, these are our goals, this is our messages, these are our key stories, this is what we want to get out. And then no scripts or things like that. And then let the individual, the creator, whoever is fronting your brand, let them shine through. Let them have their own voice, their own authenticity to go through. Because if you start over controlling your message, then it feels fake. Well, just saying about some of the adverts saying telly, audiences tune out. It's just, I get it all the time. I'm just thinking, no, I'm not interested at all. Fast forward on. Best practice: share your brand values up front. Outline what matters most. When I'm working with a joint venture partner, by the way, I ask them what they think about what I'm doing. How does that way I get the overlap between what I need, what I want from them, how I can help them better, how they can help me better. I have no problems with saying, what do you think? And if some key people in my life, I ask them that, and there's a very good reason, because I trust them. In fact, I know them, I like them, I trust them. No different. All of these things, same message, time and time again. Okay, now I don't want to get too stuck down on personal brands. We did this the other month, didn't we? Personal brands and business brands. Personally, I love a personal brand, which is why I've got rid of some of my Livestream Solutions, Livestream Academy. There's no Facebook page there for now. In fact, I can tell you now, I can announce now that over the next couple of months, we've gone live on our YouTube channel, but the main YouTube channel for me is OneStream Live. I'm a brand ambassador and a streaming partner for them. That's where I go every single Tuesday. My personal brand, and it's in everybody's cup of tea, not everybody's cup of tea, but Facebook, I use a personal brand, and everything's there, from my streaming, from digital engagement, from rugby, my wine, the love of dogs, anything doing. We've got another Irish Heart Foundation thing coming up in June, 100Ks in June, with Bod, my dog. So that will come up. All of those things that I like doing in my life. I share stories, I share funnies, I share music. I get pinged all the time by the algorithm on them. I got closed down for 5 days about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Nightmare. But I share all of those things because that's me. That's what people associate me with in that personal brand. So again, that's just my choice, but that's what I love to do. So again, make you yourself your brand where possible. If it's a business, make it feel personal. Please go and find somebody within your business. Or if you're a small local business, find somebody who likes your products, your services, and get them to work with you. And there's lots of ways you can help them. get in touch with us at Livestream Solutions. Get in touch with the team at OneStream Live. Avail yourself of, fancy word on a Tuesday, isn't it? Avail yourself of a free 30-minute meeting with myself, where I will take you through live streaming, take you through what OneStream Live does, and how powerful it is to do it. So there we go. What works and doesn't work, what actually resonates, behind the scenes demos. We've got a brand new 7-part rugby series, the Lions Unleashed, that we've just put together for the British and Irish Lions. Rugby tour to Australia this year. Episode 1 went out last week. The day before, when I was scheduling the show out, sorry, on the Monday, the 2 days before when I was scheduling the show out, I recorded what I was doing in the studio. People loved it. Absolutely loved it. Behind the scenes stuff is very, very big now. Live demos, unfiltered questions and answers. I'll tell you what flops though, hard selling, overly polished content. Why? Because people don't think they can do it if it's too polished, if the seller's too hard for it. Audiences want real, authentic stories, about the product and the service, and that's based around the individual that does it. So there we go. That's what, by the way, that's what these do. Live streaming as a service, creator-led live streamings, which we then take this, we then download it and hoof it into a podcast, do some mini shorts with 30 seconds to 2 minutes, put them on other platforms. You can write in a company and blog article if you want. And there's also, you can stick it into a social media content scheduling service. There we go. That is what creator-led live streams deliver. It is so powerful. It's beyond belief. Is the point of readiness for you now? If so, contact us and we'll do the 30-minute freebie with you. But I want to hear from you over the next 4 weeks. Drop us a comment with what your favorite creator collab idea is, or a burning question about partnering, joining your partnerships with creators. What can I do for you with Livestream Solutions? What can OneStream Live do for you? How do we tie all of that in together? How do we give you our experience that we've all done? Well, we'll answer as many of those over the next 4 weeks as we can. Remember, this series is all about you taking the action, not just necessarily tuning in. And you can do the free 30-minute thing with us, so you can find out more, and there's no pressure on you to do that. So where we go, wrap it up, right? Okay, because that's flown by 29 minutes. How do we wrap it up? Creator-led content is the new standard for building trust. Micro or niche influencing deliver deeper engagement than normal reach alone. Successful brands, joint venture partnership, they co-create, they don't dictate. There we go. They don't dictate, co-create. I like that. I'll have to turn that into some sort of expression. Want to deep dive into partnerships and that work and red flags to avoid. I said, then join us next Tuesday at 8 p.m. for episode 2. Red flags to watch when choosing creators. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Again, free discovery call if you want that. I'll reiterate that again. That's not a hard sell. It's just, these is lads, we're giving you a free opportunity to have a look see around this. So, please do. We don't have all the answers, but I certainly don't. But the team, my team, and the team OneStream Live, they have all the answers. To be fair, they really do. Right, there we go. That is episode 1, 30 minutes done and dusted. Episode 1 of the 4-part series this month, which is authentic connections in the creator economy. Go to the playlist. Go to OneStream Live on YouTube and click subscribe for all the rest. Send us a message, whatever you want. Share the stream with a colleague who you think might need it, and explain why it beats paying for ads every single day. All right, we'll be waiting to hear from you. We'll see you next Tuesday. Let me just, there we go, look at that, as if by magic. Avoid bad collaborations. That is next Tuesday's episode. Creative partnerships that actually work. Until then, stay safe, please. And remember, if you're selling and not connecting, even your dog's scrolling past. No rap, bud. There we go. Don't be that brand. Catch up next time. I'm Big Joe Shep. This has been episode 1 of the new 4-part series of The Big Joe Show. And as we all know, there's no show like a Big Joe Show. See you next Tuesday. Take care.